Capnography 35 portable respiratory monitor from Medtronic is engineered to be intuitive and simple to use.
It provides continuous, non-invasive, real-time respiratory status monitoring for end-tidal carbon dioxide or EtCO2, respiratory rate, oxygen saturation or SpO2, and pulse rate.
The monitor also provides integrated pulmonary index algorithm or IPI. The IPI value is a numerical value, an integrated snapshot of the combined EtCO2, respiratory rate, SpO2, and pulse rate measurements into a single number between 1 and 10. IPI serves as a simple indication of the patient's ventilatory status.
Today, we will be reviewing the Buttonology on the Capnography 35 monitor. First, verify the device is plugged in. When it's plugged in, the charge indicator light will illuminate even when the monitor is turned off. The light is green when the battery is fully charged. It is orange when the battery is charging.
When in mobile situations, the battery pack powers the unit for up to 3 hours. The permanent internal battery allows you to hot swap battery packs without interruption of power. The internal battery can last for 20 minutes.
To turn it on, simply press the button and you're up and running. No need for calibration. Let's take a moment to see how to properly attach the appropriate filter line sampling line to the patient.
The sampling line has a built-in hydrophobic filter and quick connect, a quick seal connector. It samples exhaled carbon dioxide from both the nose and mouth. On the side of the monitor, you'll see a CO2 input. Flip open the port cover, insert and twist the quick seal connector clockwise a quarter turn. Once the sampling line is attached to the monitor, the pump will automatically engage.
Depending on your institution's policy, you may or may not be in the EMS mode. If EMS mode is enabled, you'll be taken directly to the home screen once the monitor has been turned on. If you're not in EMS mode, the monitor will always ask the question, should the monitor be prepared for a new patient by clearing memory?
If it's the same patient, then you hit no. This will save the patient history. If it's a new patient, select yes, which will erase any memory so you can start over. Selecting yes will erase the memory and reset the patient alarm limits per the institutional default set by your facility. Selecting no keeps the last 48 hours of memory and any setting changes. Use the directional arrows, then the enter button to make your selection. Note that when in EMS mode, the data will clear each time you turn the monitor on.
Always do a basic check to ensure the date and time displayed are accurate and the correct patient type is selected. To select patient type, click the menu button. Using the directional arrow, select the patient type and click Enter. If requested to confirm your selection, use the Enter button.
Now these 3 buttons are important to understand and they will be your best friends. They help minimize nuisance alarms. It's important to note the standby mode will need to be enabled in institutional default settings. To set pump off mode, the monitor must be currently monitoring CO2. Click the menu button, select Actions, then Pump Off. Hit Enter. The standard pump off period is 15 minutes. Time remaining will be displayed on the monitor. To turn the CO2 pump back on before the set time period has passed, click the menu button, select Pump Off, Exit Now, then press Enter. If you want to extend the timer for another 15 minutes, click the menu button, navigate to and select Extend Timer.
CO2 monitoring will enter standby mode automatically when the sampling line is removed from the monitor for more than 30 seconds. You can also press the alarm silence button for 2 seconds or longer. A standby message will now appear on the monitor.
Now the alarm silence button is important to understand and will be useful in your day-to-day workflow. Pressing this alarm silence button will suppress any audible alarms for 2 minutes. Please note, permanent alarm silencing in standby mode will need to be enabled within institutional default settings.
The volume setting can be adjusted in the institutional default settings. The intuitive monitor is up and running in an instant. To set your baseline, have the patient breathe normally for 1 minute without talking.
When the monitor is straight out of the box, the institutional defaults will need to be set by your facility. Now, let's go over the buttons on the device.
Here is the monitor power button. Simply press it to turn on the Capnostream 35 monitor. The back button will return you to the previous screen. The home button returns you to the home screen. The menu button opens a menu of options. Pressing the alarm silence button will stop alarms for 2 minutes. The enter button and directional arrows can be used for navigation and menu selection.
To see how your patient is doing over time, there are 2 trend options, a graphic trend or a tabular trend. Press the menu button and select trend on the setup menu. Select graphical trend. You can zoom from a 1, 2, 4, 8, or 12-hour display. To scroll through the trend, use the arrows. For a tabular trend, press the menu button and select Trend on the Setup menu. Select Tabular Trend. Press Home to return to the main screen.
If your hospital policy allows, you can set alarm limits. Click Menu. Choose Setup, then Alarm Setup. Hit Alarm to be adjusted. Select Limit to be adjusted. Once adjusted, hit Apply. These settings may be adjusted based on the patient's assessment. Between patients, dispose of the sampling line and disinfect the monitor per the operator's manual.
The Capnostream 35 monitor does not require calibration in between patients, only once every 4,000 hours of operation or once a year, whichever comes first.
This concludes our Buttonology review. For more information, please visit our website.